What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, according to who should be a Hall of Famer and the godfather of undefeated two-division world champion, former undisputed lightweight, former WBC junior welterweight, and now WBO welterweight title contender, Devin the Dream Haney, superstar boxer, who has 32 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout, according to his godfather. Multi-division world champion, superstar, retired, and should be Hall of Famer, Zab Super Judah. Zab Judah is Devin Haney's godfather, and Zab Judah has been in camp with Devin Haney as Devin Haney prepares to take on the best welterweight in the world, the WBO undefeated welterweight world champion, star boxer on his way to being a superstar, knockout artist, highlight reel, Brian Norman Jr., who is 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age. Like Devin Haney said, for the first time in his career, he's fighting a guy who is younger than him. And Devin Haney, as you see, he's bulking up, right? Natural 147-pound frame. So Zab Judah, he stated that Brian Norman, who is a knockout artist, brutally knocked out Jin Sasaki, brutally knocked out Giovanni Santillan. He's just a highlight reel. He just gets these brutal knockout highlight reels, right? And because of Devin Haney's fight 2 fights ago in Brooklyn, New York, where he took on Mexican superstar boxer Ryan Garcia, where Devin Haney got dropped 3 times by Ryan Garcia's explosive left hook and initially lost the fight split decision. It was then overturned because Ryan Garcia tested positive for banned substance performance enhancers, and Ryan Garcia got suspended and the fight got overturned. But because of that, many people expect that Devin Haney can't take a punch, right? But he got up all 3 times. And we seen him hurt by Jorge Linares, who was a big puncher, right? So people correlate that with not being able to take a punch being chinny. They don't factor in that it's a strong possibility that Devin Haney, at 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach, his frame melting down to 135 and 140 was an issue. They don't take that into consideration. And that weight cut could be a reason why Devin Haney struggled with being able to absorb punches. Nonetheless, with that said, Zab Judah says, y'all got it all twisted. Devin Haney ain't gonna move around the ring. He ain't gonna run around the ring. Now, in his last fight, when he came back from the Ryan Garcia debacle situation, where you look at that fight, outside the knockdown rounds in the first round, because he got clipped in the first round, he got hurt in the first round, and that was the most action, the biggest highlight of the first round, the biggest moment of the first round. I gave that round to Ryan Garcia, so the 3 knockdowns, that's 6, and then that round has Ryan Garcia winning 7 rounds, right? But when you actually watch the fight, Devin Haney won all the rounds that he didn't get knocked down in, outside of that first round, right? But nonetheless, he lost the fight, then it got overturned. We know the rest is history. So Zab is saying, listen, we ain't running around the ring. We ain't gonna use a whole ton of movement. But when he came back and he fought Jose Ramirez in his last fight, he utilized the ring excessive movement, right? I believe that Devin Haney would even tell you that he used excessive movement in the Jose Ramirez fight. But they was just trying to get their feet back under them, just get back in the groove of things. They was out the ring for a year. So they saying now they ain't gonna run from Brian Norman's about 5'8", has a 71-inch arm reach, right? Explosive, athletic, They ain't going to use a whole bunch of movement against Brian Norman, right? Is that a mistake? Is that a mistake? Or is it just mind games? Is it truly what they feel like? Like, listen, we ain't going to run around the ring from this dude. We're going to box him in the pocket, make him miss in the phone booth, counter him, and outbox him. Is that the game plan? And is that a mistake? Now, I will say this. I think Devin Haney's biggest attributes is his ability to box. His jab, his ring IQ, his quickness, his reflexes, his counterpunch ability. I think Devin Haney has the best jab in boxing. Just clean, sharp, accurate. The jab to the body, that stab to the body, the jab back up top, double jab. He could hook off the jab. I think he got the best jab in boxing. I think that's his biggest attribute. Right? He put on even though he got clipped against Jorge Linares in the 10th round, he put on a hell of a performance against Jorge Linares when you go back and watch that fight. And the Regis Prograis fight as well, right? I think that you're going to see the best version of Devin Haney. And I think sometimes when you're dealing with power punches, you do have to smother their power. You don't want to stay on the end of their power. You do have to smother their power. I wouldn't say consistently stay in the pocket with Brian Norman, but you do have to smother their power, right? Being on the end of their punches is a problem. So I do think that it's the right idea to smother the power, right? To not allow, Brian Norman to be to get you on the end of his punches. But Brian Norman is explosive on the inside with those hooks as well. And you best believe Brian Norman Sr., father, trainer, and manager of Brian Norman Jr., you best believe they understand that Brian Norman got the power. Brian Norman got a hell of a hook. He's explosive on the inside. And the punch that hurts you the most is the one you don't see coming. And he got some great short, choppy punches. And they're going to want to land those hooks, right? So, is it a mistake? No. The thing is, how often do you do it? You do have to smother his punches, stand your ground, counter him, right? I think Devin Haney has faster hands. I think he's quicker, has quicker reflexes as far as just his combinations and counterpunch ability. But again, that's taking a major risk. I think you got to mix it up. I don't think it's a mistake to smother his punches, stay on the inside. People just saying, man, he just got to run. He got to box and just stay on the outside the entire night. No, he doesn't. He has to mix it up. Right? He can't stay predictable. He has to mix it up. Is it going to be dangerous? 1,000%. Brian Norman, I think, is the best welterweight in the world. I said that. I think he knocks out Rolly. I think he knocks out Mario Barrios. And I think he knocks out Manny Pacquiao. And Jaron Ennis is no longer a welterweight. So I think he's the best welterweight in the world. Interesting take and scenario that they not planning to move a lot. I can't wait to see it November 22nd, man. Man, this is going to be interesting, man. Brian Norman Jr. is just, in my opinion, he's just undervalued. You know what I'm saying? I know people are not really keen on his opponents, but I just think that he's undervalued, man. I truly do. I think that Brian Norman is going to be a great fighter, win, lose, or draw in this fight. I truly believe that. So let's see how it works out, man. But you got to smother. You see Evander Holyfield smothered now. People will say, well, Evander Holyfield had a granite chin. I know. But he smothered Mike Tyson punches, right? You see, at times, Sugar Ray Leonard, he smothered Marvin Hagler's punches. He smothered Tommy Hearn's punches, right? Fighting on the inside. He didn't move away. He reversed the roles. Everybody thought that he was going to Sugar Ray Leonard was going to try to be the boxer and move away from Tommy Hearns, when he actually stood his ground and was the aggressor to smother Tommy Hearns' punches. Floyd Mayweather with Canelo Alvarez, he didn't move around a lot, right? He stayed in the pocket. Terrence Crawford with Canelo Alvarez, similar scenario, right? At times, you gotta know when to do it and when not to do it. You gotta smother their punches, right? So, gonna be interesting to see how it works out. But let me know what y'all think, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.